Who can say for certain? Maybe you're still here. I feel you all around me. Your memory so clear. Deep in the stillness, I can hear you speak. You're still an inspiration. Can it be that you are mine forever, love? And you are watching over me from up above. Fly me up to where you are, beyond a distant star. I wish upon tonight to see you smile, if only for a while to know you're there. A breath away is not far to where you gently sleeping here inside my dream. And isn't faith believing all power can't be seen? As my heart holds you just one beat away, I cherish all you gave me every day. 'Cause you are mine forever, love, watching me from above. And I believe that angels breathe, and that love will live on and never leave. Fly me up to where you are, beyond the distant star. I wish upon tonight to see you smile, if only for a while to know you're there. A breath away is not far to where you are. I know you're there. A breath away is not far to where you
Good afternoon, everybody. PhoenixGirl here. Yeah, it's pretty stormy outside. And there's somebody mowing the lawn, my backyard patio. Mowing the grass. Oh, God. Yeah, so... I've been meaning... I've been meaning to do a video for a while now. But... I recently... I don't know if I mentioned this, but I recently joined a salsa class. And it's been taking up a whole lot of my time. So... that, and I'm currently going through some writer's block, So I really had time to sit down to continue with my stories or even record video. So, yeah, and there's a lot I want to talk about. So, yeah. Actually, the first thing I want to talk about. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just like, oh, Lord. Sorry, I literally woke up like, I'm sorry, I woke up like an hour or two ago, and I'm still, feeling out of it. And I gotta go salsa class at like 6 o'clock, so I got like 5-6 hours to film this. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling. I'm sorry, anyways, as I was saying, I'm sorry, for those of you that don't know, about a week ago, or almost, yeah, about a week ago, Rachael Lillis, she was the original voice for Misty, Jessie, and she also voiced Jigglypuff. Unfortunately, she passed away. She died from cancer. And this is a GoFundMe that her sister set up to raise funds for her cancer treatment. Actually, that's another reason why I'm currently not working on my story right now, cause her death, you know. I mean, I've been a big Pokemon fan for like basically almost my entire life, and Misty's one of those characters that I've been so familiar with. And oh god, like the recent news of her passing has really thrown me for a loop, and that's another reason why I'm not working on a story right now, cause I don't know, I'm just taking time to kind of like process her death. Cause, the other day, I think it was either the day before she died or probably on the day she died. I was watching Netflix, I was watching an episode of the original Pokemon anime. It's called Pokemon Indigo League, and it was a Misty-centric episode, and I'm kind of worried that if I'm gonna rate this chapter, and her death is gonna be at the back of my mind, and it's gonna mess me up so bad psychologically, emotionally. So, so yeah. Alright, so, yeah. Anyway, so hello to everyone who has so graciously and generously donated for my sister. The picture posted above reflects her work over the years. Many of you have expressed an appreciation of this work. Excuse me. So I wanted to post a picture with many of the characters. I added some screenshots of items I personally have. I think you'll enjoy seeing these. Rachael is gone to a magnificent place to be with our Heavenly Father and will never be forgotten. She left an indelible impression upon the world of anime. This is her legacy, and you are a part of that. Sincere, heartfelt thanks to so many that have donated. We are overwhelmed with your loving response for our sister Rachael. I think that's a picture of her sister. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a picture of her sister Lori or that's Rachael. That looks like her sister, I'm not entirely sure. And this is also this is a post that Lori made on August 12th, which was like last week. Hello everyone with a heavy heart. I regret to say that Rachael has passed away. She passed peacefully Saturday night without pain, and for that we are grateful. She is with God, the angels, and family that has passed before her, surrounded by infinite love. Unfortunately, regrettably, I was not with her. It was just this past week that she was starting to decline. This was unexpected. We are completely grief-stricken. We ask for peace for now as her family grieves this loss. Rachael, Ray as we called her, was a beautiful, smart, talented person with a kind heart. Was so moved by all of you. I will forward emails and comments to her just in case she missed any. She likened her responses fun to the movie It's a Wonderful Life when George is surprised to learn just how much he is loved by his friends and how much they do care. She was moved to tears when seeing the GoFundMe page with your comments and kind thoughts. She remembered many of you that she happily met at conventions, for instance, related stories to us about experience and all the people she appreciated meeting. All of us have been so moved by responses from all of you. Funds donated for Rachael go any medical bills remaining. Memorial service for her causes her name specifically towards efforts to combat cancer. My heart breaks losing my dear little sister, though I am comforted knowing she is free. God bless you all with love, health, and peace, Lori. Yeah, this is sad. Alright, so I'm sorry, like, there's so much I wanted to talk about, and oh god. Actually, oh god, like, there's so much I want to talk about, like, so much has happened, like, oh fuck, like, oh god. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, actually, I didn't know that this lady also passed away. Uh, so this lady, Maddie Blaustein, she was actually, it's funny, she was actually the voice of Meowth, and she was a transgender woman. And I actually saw mentions of her on Twitter recently, but I never thought about looking to look her up, her life story until now. So, yeah, she died like 15 years ago. She's been dead almost 16 years, actually. Yeah, so. Oh, Lord. Alright. So, yeah, she passed away due to a stomach virus. Which is a very strange story in of itself. She was born Adam Blaustein, and she was also known as Kendra Bancroft. She was an American voice actress and comic writer who was known for voice acting work for 4Kids Entertainment, Do Art Film and Video, and NYAV Post, for reprising role as the character Meowth from the Pokemon anime series for comics written for Milestone Comics, in which she introduced one of the superhero comics' first transgender female comics. She was the first intersex and transgender voice artist for many of her respective agencies. In the late 1980s, Blaustein worked for Marvel Comics as an editor. Several issues each of Web of Spider-Man, Marvel Tales, and Marvel Saga. As a writer, several issues of Conan the King, and penciling a one-shot of Power Pachyderms. What the fuck is that? She wrote assorted comics published by DC Comics in the early 1990s, including a few of the Impact Comics imprint and TSR line. In 1994, she went to work for Milestone Media as production manager and writer, with assistance from her partner Yves Vissani, sometimes billed together as Adam and Yves. She wrote issues of flagship titles Hardware and Static, in which she co-created the character Rubber Band Man. She also wrote with Vissani Milestone's first limited series Death Wish, which featured as its central character transgender female police officer Marissa Ram, one of the first trans heroes featured in mainstream superhero comics. During this time, she was sometimes referred to in editorial copy in the comics as Maddie Blaustein. After leaving Milestone, she served as creative director for Weekly World News. Blaustein was a voice actress at 4Kids Entertainment, where she worked on the English dub version of the Pokemon anime. She provided filler voices for various characters until episode 31, when she toured from Nathan Price and enrolled Meowth, which she played through season 8. During the 2004 Democratic Party presidential primaries, she voiced Smeagol on the Mike Mowley show, announcing satirical presidential bid. Beginning in 2004, under the pseudonym Kendra Bancroft, Blaustein was a content creator in its Second Life platform, earning a reputation as an innovative, competent, and reliable 3D modeler in communities where she participated. personal life, Blaustein was born the second oldest of 5 children in Long Island, New York. She was assigned male at birth. She was born intersex and transitioned to female. Her experience as an activist in transgender community helped her to organize and support groups of people in Second Life. Video game localization coordinator and translator Jeremy Blaustein is her brother. Death. Blaustein died on December 11, 2008 at age 48 in Christ Hospital of Jersey City, New Jersey from untreated stomach virus, possibly gastroenteritis, that she had been suffering from a couple weeks prior. She is buried at the She is buried at the Congregation B'nai Israel Cemetery in Northampton, Hampshire County, Massachusetts. So yeah. Also, there's some interesting stuff I read on Reddit. Ugh. So this is a Red post somebody made that about Maddie Blaustein's death. I mean, yeah, she was let go from the Pokemon cast in 2006. And we did have a really bad recession in 2008. That's true, and there was rampant transphobia back in 2008 too, but I think it's even worse now than it was back then. I was basically reading through the comments and I think it's possible if she was still working, she probably had, if she was still working, she probably had insurance for her union. But maybe she thought that her illness wasn't as bad as it actually was. So it is possible that maybe she put off, going to see a doctor or whatever. It's possible, it's possible that maybe she put off treatment because she didn't think that her illness was as bad as it was. And she didn't realize it until it was too late. She didn't realize how bad her stomach virus really was. And yeah, it does have a lot to do with the way healthcare is set up in this country. That's true, because the way healthcare is set up in this country, like, even giving birth in a hospital, like, costs a lot of money. And if you don't have the proper insurance, you're basically screwed. So, also, it got me thinking of how, voice actors, nowadays are getting paid for peanuts. Some of them, they're getting, like, when they get sick or they have, like, medical crises, more often than not, they have to set up, like, GoFundMes to pay for medical bills, cause they're getting paid like shit money, and voice actors as a whole, they're not really treated with the respect that they deserve, and that sucks. And I was just thinking about that. Yeah. Also, there's this comment in particular that, caught my interest. Oh, shit. I just got an alert from my Amazon Echo. Area flood, thunderstorm. I don't know if I should go to salsa class today. Probably not. I just want to stay home and beg, man. It's ridiculous. Anyways, November happened. Maddie caused stomach virus from Thanksgiving, possibly contaminated food. Which begs the question, where the fuck did she get the food? Like, where did she eat Thanksgiving at? Did she eat at home? Did she eat at somebody's house? I have questions. She was 40 around this time, so she was more at risk for death. Most cases of stomach virus can clear up within a couple days without treatment. However, that depends. Most likely, she probably didn't feel the need to take a trip to the doctors. According to her friend who was the last to speak with her, I told her to go to a doctor. She said she would, but never made it. And around this time, she had been struggling working business. During 2006, she had been let go from Pokemon when 4 kids lost their licensing rights. She suffered with stomach virus for 2 weeks until she died December 11, 2008 in her sleep. On her old MySpace account, she was last active on December 3rd, 2008. She was online seen but had been suffering from the virus. She had been on therapy forums since 2006, but no sign of her after August 2008. Life got busy for her as she didn't have time for therapy. And when sad, her life was taken 13 years ago at the age of 40. She either didn't think going to a doctor was necessary, or she couldn't afford even simple treatment that could have saved her. Those years after 2006 were not the best years for her, obviously. She was trying her hardest to find work. I don't know. I'm not 100% right, just time to roll and search so far and research online. Yes, you can go fact check me. No. I mean, that's probably the most obvious conclusion. That's probably the most obvious conclusion. She probably didn't think it was serious enough to go to a doctor. Maybe she couldn't even afford to. was working with a union, with her having, she was working on a show when she died. She probably, for all we know, she probably still had some sort of financial issues. And, her being transgender probably made things even more complicated. Also, Felice Sampler's working on a TV show when she died, and she still died from a massive heart attack, so... Yeah. Maybe there's a pattern going on. I don't fucking know. There's probably a pattern. Let's see. Actually, so yeah, yeah, so... Actually, I came across some pretty interesting news the other day. So yeah, just recently, within the last week or two, I think, 5 people have been charged in connection with Matthew Perry's death. Including, but not limited to, 2 doctors and his own live-in assistant. Yeah, I shit you not, his own live-in assistant has been charged in connection with his overdose death. Like, what the fuck? Oh god, like... with friends like that, who needs enemies, huh? Like, goddamn. Oh, piss off, you stupid fucking... Oh, god. Oh, lord. Alright, 5 people have been charged in connection to the death of beloved actor Matthew Perry after prosecutors say they took advantage of his vulnerability as an addict to supply him with a drug that will ultimately kill him. Prosecutors say an underground network of drug sellers and suppliers, including 2 doctors, Perry's live-in personal assistant, a person referred to by authorities as the ketamine queen, and a man accused of being a go-between, were responsible for distributing the ketamine, a potentially deadly drug that killed Perry. Perry, who starred as Chandler Bing on Friends, died in October of 2023 at age 54 because of acute effects of ketamine, quote-unquote, and subsequent drowning, according to Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office autopsy report. His body was found floating face down in a hot tub in his Pacific Palisades home. Investigators believe Perry, who previously detailed his decades-long struggles with drugs, fell back into addiction last fall, U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada said in announcing the charges last week. The defendants took advantage of Mr. Perry's addiction issues, Estrada said. According to Associated Press, people close to Perry told coroners investigators he was undergoing ketamine infusion therapy. The medical examiner said he was being treated by psychiatrists and anesthesiologists, and his last ketamine therapy treatment was a week and a half before his death, the AP reported. Perry obtained dozens of vials of ketamine from just one of the defendants, costing at least $200 per vial, according to court documents. Holy shit. So, his last ketamine therapy treatment was a week and a half before he died, and yet somehow he got access he got even more ketamine into his system, and he got additional doses of ketamine, and those additional doses, those were the doses that ultimately killed him. So, my question is, if he got the ketamine treatment like a week and a half before, how could he die from acute effects of ketamine unless they kept on feeding him like at more extra doses? And you know who was feeding him those extra doses? His personal assistant, Dr. Salvador Plasencia and Mark Chavez, worked to supply Perry with ketamine, Estrada alleged. Perry's acquaintance Eric Fleming said he obtained ketamine from alleged drug dealer Jasveen Sangha and distributed the ketamine to kill Perry, according to prosecutors. And Perry's assistant, Kenneth Iwamasa, injected the actor with ketamine despite having no medical training, Estrada said. 3 of the 5 charged have reached plea agreements with while Plasencia and Sangha were indicted on Wednesday, the U.S. attorney said. Here's what we know about the 5 people charged in the actor's death. Holy shit. Oh god. Fuck. This is some Michael Jackson level shit. My god. This is some fucking Michael Jackson level shit. At least the guy that killed Michael Jackson, at least he has some medical training, but that's really not that much better. Oh god, this is actually worse. Taking advantage of fucking, addict who's been struggling with substance abuse issues for like many years, who is in dire straits. Bunch of fucking scumbags. I hope they get the book thrown at them. Ugh! Look at the picture of this fucking piece of shit. Oh god. Actually, you know what? Let me take a break. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna take a little breather. Just give me a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Ugh, sorry about that. Took me a lot longer than I anticipated. Oh, Lord. Ugh. Yeah, so I was intending on taking a short break, but then Mom asked me to put Daddy's shirts away, and then I took out the garbage. And, yeah, so sorry about that. Okay, so here's where we left off. Kenneth Iwamasa. Kenneth Iwamasa, 59, was a personal assistant for over 25 years. According to his LinkedIn page, he is accused of procuring and injecting Perry with ketamine, according to a document detailing the allegations against him. Iwamasa had various responsibilities related to Perry's medical care, including scheduling medical appointments and making sure he took lawfully prescribed medication, the court documents state. On his LinkedIn page, he describes himself as a talent manager and executive assistant who is discreet, loyal, and honors absolute confidentiality. Starting in late September 2023, Iwamasa began asking Dr. Placencia about ketamine supply and later coordinated with Fleming to get even more of the drug, according to Iwamasa's plea agreement. Perry was present at the first meeting, it said. No information was shared in court documents on how Perry asked Iwamasa to get ketamine. During the final week of Perry's life, Iwamasa injected him with at least 27 shots of ketamine. According to Iwamasa's plea agreement, Iwamasa performed multiple injections on Perry on October 28, 2023, the day Perry died, the Department of Justice said in a news release. Holy shit. That's a lot of ketamine shots. 27? Shit, no wonder he died. Iwamasa was the one who injected a fatal dose of ketamine, giving Perry at least 3 doses on the day he died, the plea agreement says. Iwamasa injected the actor at about 8:30 a.m. and again around 12:45 p.m. that day, according to assistant's plea agreement. About 40 minutes later, Perry asked Iwamasa to prepare a jacuzzi and said, "Shoot me up with a big one," according to the court document. After he gave Perry the third injection, Iwamasa went to do errands, leaving Perry in the hot tub. When he returned, he found Perry dead, face down in the jacuzzi, the agreement says. Iwamasa then told Fleming he had cleaned up the scene to remove drugs and paraphernalia and deleted any evidence of the drug deals. A plea agreement with Fleming says Perry's assistant pled guilty on August 7th to 1 count on conspiracy to distribute ketamine causing death, U.S. Attorney's Office said. CNN has reached out to Iwamasa's attorney for comment. Holy shit. So, this guy, he shoots Matthew Perry with ketamine. He shoots him up with ketamine on at least 3 separate occasions on the very day he died. And he just leaves him to overdose on a fucking jacuzzi. Like, what the fuck? He just leaves him there to die. What a fucking scumbag. Chavez never met Perry, Department of Justice spokesperson Sierra McEvoy told CNN, but Chavez provided Placencia with a ketamine given to Perry through a fraudulent prescription, according to a document outlining the allegations against him. Chavez, 54, received his medical degree in 2004 from the David Geffen School of Medicine at UCLA, according to his website, which advertises Taylor Health Services. He describes his role as helping his clients obtain optimum health and longevity through personalized coaching, the website says. Yeah, sure. Chavez was affiliated with the Clinton Dreamscape ketamine until he got into an argument with his business partner in July 2023 and took all of the prescription drugs, including ketamine, because the partner was not a medical doctor, his plea agreement says. Chavez did lawfully transfer some of the drugs to a different medical facility, but kept other drugs, including ketamine, Lanceges, and at least 12 vials of ketamine, according to a plea agreement. Before Perry's death, the Drug Enforcement Administration and Medical Board of California had already launched an investigation into Chavez after he lied and said he transferred all the liquid ketamine into the new medical facility and threw out the lozenges as they melted in his vehicle, the plea agreement says. As of Sunday, Chavez remained under investigation, the state medical board said. CNN has reached out to DA for comment. Chavez's license remains active through June 2026, according to the Medical Board of California. He has agreed to plead guilty to one-count conspiracy to distribute ketamine, according to the Department of Justice news release. Chavez's attorney Matthew Banger declined to comment on the case. Due to the ongoing nature of the case, Alice until district neither Mark Chavez nor myself making any statements at this time, Banger told CNN. Eric Fleming, 54, distributed ketamine that killed Perry, according to his plea agreement. He is acquainted with Perry through a mutual friend, the agreement states, without giving details. Fleming tested Perry on October 4, 2023, offering to sell ketamine, and on October 10th, specifying liquid ketamine, but the plea agreement doesn't say if Perry responded either time. Fleming then started testing Iwamasa on October 10th, and they began negotiating price, the agreement says. A few days later, the plea agreement says Fleming took a sample vial to Iwamasa, and on October 14th, Fleming delivered 25 vials for $5,500. Two other sales of that size followed in subsequent days, the pre-agreement says. According to the agreement, Fleming obtained the ketamine from Sangha, who is charged with 9 counts of drug-related charges. Some in relation to Perry's death. Is said Iwamasa purchased ketamine through Fleming at least 3 times in October before Perry died. After the actor died, Fleming discussed concealing the drug deals by deleting messages with Sangha and Iwamasa, the plea agreement says. Fleming tested Sangha and said he was 90% sure everyone was protected. I never dealt with Perry, only his assistant, so the assistant was the enabler, according to the agreement. Fleming has pled guilty in 1 count conspiracy to distribute ketamine and 1 count distribution of ketamine resulting in death, according to U.S. Attorney. Fleming's attorney declined comment on the case Thursday. Yasmin Sangha, who authorities called the ketamine queen of North Hollywood, ran what amounted to a drugstore emporium in her home. U.S. Attorney Estrada said last week. Fleming started reaching out to Sangha by mid-October to buy vials of ketamine on Perry's behalf, according to Fleming's plea agreement. Sangha has pled not guilty to 1 count conspiracy to distribute ketamine, 1 count maintaining drug-involved premises, 1 count possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, 1 count possession with intent to distribute ketamine, and 5 counts of distribution of ketamine. The judge revoked a bond Sangha had from prior charge that was not shared in court in order to remain in detention. Prosecutors argue she is a significant risk to fleet given her extensive international travel, dual United States and British citizenship, and because she appears to be funding herself through drug sales. CNN has reached out an attorney for comment. Dr. Salvador Plasencia. About 1 month before Perry's death, Plasencia learned the actor was interested in purchasing ketamine and contacted Chavez, according to court documents. Defendant Plasencia saw this as an opportunity to profit off of Mr. Perry. Estrada said, the U.S. attorney said Plasencia wrote in a September 2023 text message, I wonder how much this moron will pay. In another text, Plasencia wrote he wanted to be Perry's sole supplier. Estrada said, over the next several weeks, prosecutors said Plasencia purchased ketamine from Chavez, sold violently with the drug to Perry's assistant, and taught the assistant how to administer the drug. Plasencia also went to Perry's house to drop off ketamine and even injected the drug for Perry in the back of a vehicle in the parking lot, prosecutors said. I'm sorry, what? He injected ketamine in the parking lot? Really? In the parking lot? Am I reading this right? Oh my god. On October 12th, Plasencia administered a large dose to Perry that caused an adverse medical reaction, prosecutors said in court documents. Perry's systolic blood pressure spiked and he froze up, unable to speak or move, prosecutors said. Plasencia has pled not guilty in 1 count conspiracy to distribute ketamine, 7 counts of distribution of ketamine, and 2 counts of altering and falsifying documents or records related to the federal investigation. He was released after posting a $100,000 bond and surrendered his passport and DEA license, which allowed him to prescribe controlled substances on an order from Magistrate Judge Alka Sagar. His trial is set for October 8th. Plasencia is expected to return to his practice in Malibu Canyon Urgent Care anytime this week, his attorney Stefan Sachs told CNN Tuesday. Plasencia will not be allowed to prescribe any controlled substances, and his patients must sign consent for acknowledging the pending federal case against him, Sachs said. When asked Tuesday his client had considered a plea agreement, Sachs said it was too early to say because the defense has yet to receive any of the prosecution's evidence in the case. Oh my god. So this guy is being investigated for prescribing and distributing drugs that resulted in somebody's death. Not just somebody's death, the death of a high-profile celebrity. And he's still allowed to practice medicine? He's still allowed to work as a doctor? How in the hell is this guy not suspended at this point? They should put this guy in suspension already. They should have suspended his ass. It's ridiculous. Plasencia's LinkedIn page describes him as a physician at telehealth company telemedi.com, which he founded. I decided to create Telemedi as a way to improve my access to patients that need immediate care. Plasencia said in a message on the company's website, I am trained in internal medicine, pediatrics, and have experience working in emergency room. Plasencia's medical license active through October 2024, according to the Medical Board of California. So for another 2 months. Yeah, I just saw that. I know, I just saw that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are getting divorced, but I think I'm gonna read that another time. Alright, so here's another. Yeah, here's another news article I wanted to read. Alright, so they finally arrested the people. Not just arrested, they charged the guys responsible for shooting and killing, Johnny Wactor, the guy who played Brando on General Hospital. They finally found the people responsible. 2 men charged with murder of General Hospital actor Johnny Wactor. This is on The Guardian, which I think is a British newspaper website. Police say Wactor was fatally shot after interrupting 3 thieves stealing the catalytic converter from his car. 2 men have been charged with murder in the killing General Hospital actor Johnny Wactor, the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office announced on Monday. Wactor was shot and killed when he interrupted 3 thieves stealing the catalytic converter from his car on May 25th. Police said the 37-year-old had left work at a downtown LA rooftop bar with a co-worker when he saw 3 men who had hoisted his car. Police said one of them fired at him without provocation and killed him. The loss of this talented young actor who was in the prime of his life and had so much to offer the world is deeply felt by all of us. George Gascon, Los Angeles District Attorney, said in a news conference, the 4 suspects, Robert Barcelou, 18, Sergio Estrada, 18, Leonel Gutierrez, 18, and Frank Olano, 22, all were arrested Thursday. Gascon announced their charges today. So, what was this? This was a couple of days ago. It is not clear whether any had yet retained lawyers, and an email on County Public Defender's Office seeking comment in the case was not immediately answered. Barcelona and Estrada were both charged with murder as well as grand theft and attempted robbery. Barcelona's charges include special circumstances, including murder during attempted robbery, personal use of firearm, that after a conviction could lead a life sentence without possibility of parole. Estrada's charges had a maximum sentence of life in prison. Gutierrez was charged with grand theft and attempted robbery, and Olano was charged with being an accessory after a fact. Wactor's death has become a rallying point for some in the city, pushing for a more hardline approach to fighting crime. A group consisting of family and friends calling itself Justice for Johnny held a rally last week, calling for more urgency and investigation. Another Monday morning calling for aggressive prosecution. Police public officials say that's exactly what is happening. The LAPD interim chief Dominique Choi said in Monday's news conference that investigation has been an ongoing relentless pursuit in a very difficult case. I want to thank the LAPD for their partnership throughout the investigation and for their continued efforts to keep Angelenos safe and to bring justice to victims of violence, Mayor Karen Bass said in his statement. We must continue to take aggressive action to make our city safer. Those who commit crimes must be held fully responsible for their actions. Barcelona was being held without bail and Estrada on just over $1 million bail. And that's it. Alright, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna take like a lunch break. Alright. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna squeeze in one more news story, and that's basically it. Excuse me. There you go. Entertain it. Oh, there we go. So yeah, Jennifer Lopez and sorry. I'm pissed off. Okay. So, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are officially, getting divorced. So, there's been rumors and speculation for many, many months, for the last several months, that their marriage was basically, her marriage, was basically on the rocks. But now it's been confirmed. TMZ broke the news. Alright. Jennifer Lopez and her husband Ben Affleck are officially parting ways, according to entry on the Los Angeles Superior Court docket. Lopez filed for dissolution of their 2-year marriage in Los Angeles on Tuesday, which coincides with the anniversary of their Riceboro, Georgia set wedding ceremony in 2022, after they first eloped in Las Vegas a month prior. The breakup comes after reports the two have been living separately. Lopez canceled her summer tour to spend time with her family, and they put their Beverly Hills home on the market. CNN has reached out to representatives for Lopez and Affleck for comment. Their divorce marks yet another turn in a love story between two superstars that has played out in the spotlight for over decades. Lopez and Affleck's marriage came more than 20 years after they first met on a set of comedy Jiggly, where they played criminals stuck on a job together and struck up a real-life friendship, which eventually turned into a relationship. Oh god. Over the years, they both married others and had families. But Team Bennifer rejoiced in Bennifer 2.0 when they reconciled in 2021. Even the pair seemed overjoyed. You know, one of the things I really value across all facets of my life now is that it was handled in a way that reflected that. Affleck told the Wall Street Journal in December 2021, "My life now reflects not just the person that I want to be, but the person that I really feel like I am. Which is not perfect, but somebody who tries very hard and cares very much about being honest and authentic and accountable. It's hard to say who benefits more without going into gossipy detail." The couple initially got engaged in November 2002 after Affleck popped the question with a custom 6.1 carat paint diamond ring from Harry Winston. He also appeared as Lopez's love interest in music video for her 2002 single Jenny from the Block, the storyline of which takes on the paparazzi treatment of the relationship. Days before the pair were set to wed in September 2003, they postponed their nuptials, citing excessive media attention surrounding their wedding. Sources told CNN at the time that Cole's taking a break. In January 2004, they officially split, so it appeared to be a fairy tale when the couple went Instagram official in July 2021, months after Lopez ended her engagement to baseball legend Alex Rodriguez, aka Rod. To baseball legend Alex Rodriguez, aka Rod. "I feel so lucky, happy, and proud to be with him," Lopez told People magazine about reuniting with Affleck weeks before he proposed a second time around in April 2022. "It's a beautiful love story that we got a second chance." Yeah, sure. In 2024, Lopez released The Greatest Love Story Never Told, a documentary which told the story of her independently produced album This Is Me Now, our decades-long quest for self-love. In the film, Affleck said he learned to compromise with Lopez about her desire to be more public about their private life. More recently, the pair have been seen on separate clips with Lopez celebrating her birthday at the end of July with a Writerton themed party that did not appear to include Affleck among the attendees. Lopez shares 2 children with Ed's husband Mark Anthony, while Affleck is father to 3 children with Ed's wife Jennifer Garner. This is sad. This is pathetic. This is kind of pathetic. Anyways, yeah, this has been kind of a long video. Yeah, so, anyways, so, I'm gonna stop right here, and maybe I'll read some more stuff at a later date when I'm not so busy. Probably on the weekend or so. I'm probably gonna do maybe another video later on this week. I'm gonna talk about some more topics that I didn't get a chance to discuss on this episode. Cause I wanna discuss, Pumpkin and Josh, getting divorced. And, they're from the show, Mama June, Family Crisis, From Not to Odd, and Redemption, all that stuff. Mama June reality series, Yeah, so I just found out the other day that Pumpkin and Josh are getting divorced, which really sucks because they have like 4 fucking kids here and they're kind of young. So I don't know how they're gonna handle all that. uh, so. And I also started watching the Bratson family's new reality series, The Bratsons, which talks about how they're basically coping with the recent loss of their sister Tracy. And it's a lot. It's a lot, so I'm gonna go see if I could discuss those two topics in a separate video, maybe. At a later date, cause not right now. This is all the time I had today, unfortunately, so. If you like this video, subscribe. This is PhoenixGirl signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.